In the dark annals of history, some events continue to captivate our imagination and leave us with a sense of bewilderment. One such event is the infamous Salem Witch Trials, a dark chapter in colonial America that unfolded in the late 17th. The Salem Witch Trials took place in the Massachusetts Bay Colony, specifically in the town of Salem and its surrounding villages, between 1692 and 1693. It was a time of great fear, paranoia, and hysteria, as accusations of witchcraft spread like wildfire, leading to the imprisonment, trial, and execution of numerous innocent people. The origins of the Salem Witch Trials can be traced back to a combination of religious, social, and political factors. Puritanism, a strict form of Protestantism, was the dominant religious belief in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. The Puritans believed in the existence of witches and the devil's influence on human affairs, and they viewed any deviation from their strict moral code as a sign of witchcraft. The spark that ignited the witch hunt can be traced back to January 1692, when two young girls, Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, began exhibiting strange behavior. They experienced fits, convulsions, and claimed to be tormented by unseen forces. The local doctor, unable to find a physical cause for their symptoms, concluded that they were under the influence of witchcraft. The accusations quickly spread, and soon other young girls in the community began exhibiting similar symptoms. The afflicted girls claimed that they were being tormented by witches in the form of spectral apparitions. This led to a wave of panic and fear, as the townspeople became convinced that witches were among them, causing harm and mischief. The first arrests were made in February 1692, when three women, Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, a slave from Barbados, were accused of witchcraft. Tita's confession, obtained under duress, implicated other women in the community, and the accusations multiplied rapidly. The accused were mostly women, but men and even children were also targeted. The trials that followed were a travesty of justice. The accused were subjected to harsh interrogations, often under physical and emotional torture. Spectral evidence, which was based on the testimony of the afflicted girls claiming to see the accused as witches in their spectral form, was considered admissible in court. This led to a vicious cycle of accusations, as the accused were forced to name others in order to save themselves. The trials were presided over by a special court, known as the Court of Oyer and Terminer, which was established specifically to handle the witchcraft cases. The court, composed of judges who were eager to prove their loyalty to the Puritan cause, showed little regard for due process or the rights of the accused. In total, 20 people were executed, 19 by hanging and 1 by pressing, where heavy stones were placed on the accused until they were crushed to death. The Salem Witch Trials finally came to an end in May 1693, when the governor of Massachusetts, William Phips, disbanded the Court of Oyer and Terminer and prohibited the use of spectral evidence in court. The remaining accused were released from prison, and the hysteria gradually subsided. The aftermath of the Salem Witch Trials was a period of reflection and remorse. The community grappled with the realization that innocent lives had been lost and that the justice system had failed. In 1711, the colony passed a bill restoring the rights and good names of those who had been accused and their families, and in 1957, the state of Massachusetts formally apologized for the tragedy. The Salem Witch Trials continue to fascinate and haunt us to this day. They serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of mass hysteria, the importance of due process, and the consequences of unchecked fear and prejudice. The trials also shed light on the complex social dynamics of colonial America, where religious fervor, social tensions, and political rivalries converge to create a perfect storm of paranoia and injustice. As we reflect on the Salem Witch Trials, let us remember the innocent lives that were lost and strive to ensure that such a dark chapter in history is never repeated. May it serve as a reminder of the importance of tolerance, empathy, and the pursuit of truth in the face of fear and ignorance.